Welcome to the making of a DM. How I've made millions of dollars bullshitting on the phone since 2005. You're in for a good one. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I just want to always start off and say thank you to you as the listener, and appreciate you guys giving me 5-star reviews over on iTunes and Amazon with the book on Meconomy. Really appreciate you guys just sharing your voice. It does matter. I know a lot of times people don't think, oh, it's just me, I don't have anything going on. But listen, it starts with you and ends with you. So for your life and for what you got going on, you have a lot of power. And if you understand that, start letting people know that you're following them. Say, hey, great job. Hey, that's awesome. Hey, keep up the great work. Hey, I love what you're doing. Happy birthday. Actually, yesterday was my son's 6th. He just turned 6 years old yesterday. As we're sitting here in Ohio, very blessed just to be alive with everything crazy going on in the world. As you know, it's the time to stand up for yourself, time to make your voice heard. So today I was kind of thinking, I got a lot to talk about, but just got done from my mastermind group. I have a $50,000 a year group these guys pay. I got 37 guys in there. Each pay $50,000 a year to be a part of a mastermind. And they all came into Cleveland, Ohio with their spouses and partners or both or whatever. So oftentimes they'll bring their kids to these events. And we go all out. It's a 6-figure event for me to do. We do a cool event at the hotel, resort, wherever. Go out and have some fun, golf. And then usually finish it up with a pretty cool party one day. And this year we did it at my house here in Cleveland. 80s theme party. If you follow anybody's social media, you see someone dressed up in the 80s gear. You have to check it out. My event planner, MMJ, they're awesome. Malika and her team actually got me a shirt with my picture on it, which was kind of funny. So I had to wear that to the 80s party and I had a big old wig on and all that. It's such a great time to connect with people and grow. And maybe next week's show, I'll share with you about why people would pay $50,000 to be in these kind of rooms and environments, because it truly is. And I'll just give you a taste of what I'm talking about here, but it's like the black sheep concept. Like I literally, like when I'm hanging out with family, for instance, I feel like a black sheep, or I hang out with high school buddies. They don't talk about dick. They're not talking about anything progressive. They're complaining. It's just weird to me. So when you hang out with guys and gals in a room and they're all paying $50,000 a year to be there, the conversations you have, I 1,000% guarantee will be way different. You may hear some locusts in the background. I'm actually outside in the woods overlooking the ravine, as I often am when I'm sharing my conversations with you guys. But enough about what I'm going to talk about next week. This week, I want to talk to you about something I think is pretty cool. And I haven't really put much thought into it until I was just kind of taking my walk. And I was like, dude, I got to share this because, one, it's true. And it continues to be true. And I know a lot of people still do it. Well, they do it all the time. I mean, it's getting bigger. So what I want to share with you is how I've made millions of dollars bullshitting on the phone since 2005. Actually, prior to that, it's a little bit different now. But back in, let me paint the picture. So the phone, to me, is one of the most powerful tools in the world, especially the smartphone. See, back in 2005, we didn't have smartphones, right? We had just basic old flip phones. And I had a flip phone for many, many years after the smartphones came out because I didn't want to be distracted. See, I love the phone. I love bullshitting with the right people, I should say. So, and we'll get more to that, but like, that's what's important. And the reason I think I'm just trying to explain this so you understand how you can make millions bullshitting on the phone. I'm kind of lazy, to be honest with you. And what I mean, I'm lazy on certain things and very active on others. I'm not lazy bullshitting. I enjoy it. It's fun to me. But I don't want to do the work. So if I don't want to do the work, I have to become very resourceful. And you have to be a great resourceful person, you better be a great listener. And if you're a great listener, you start connecting the dots and putting people in place and figuring out how to get in the middle of opportunities. So, and I want to be very crystal clear. What I'm sharing with you here today will work in any industry. Any industry. I know some people are like, dude, you don't understand, man. That ain't going to work in mine and blah, 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 blah. And well, the answer, yes, it will. And just to give it a little bit of perspective, I am in multiple industries. I'm in, obviously crypto. I met my crypto coach via phone, bullshitting, and he's made me millions of dollars. Affiliate marketing. I have a company where we make a lot of money in affiliate marketing, and that's bullshitting on the phone. Partnerships. I have lots of partnerships, guys I've never even met in my life in person, but we've talked multiple times on the phone. I'm in the food and beverage space now through a partnership. Never met the guy, but we've bullshitted together on conversations about life and growth and strategies. E-commerce generated many tens of millions of dollars in e-commerce by bullshitting on the phone and webinars and telecalls. Email media business. A lot of people in my companies I've never even met in person, but I've bullshitted with them on the phone about where we're at, where we're going, sharing the vision and the goals. My data business, supplements, solar, day funding, deals, real estate, all of the above. And like I said, I've never really put much thought into it about how I've been able to generate many ultra millions of dollars simply bullshitting on the phone. As I'm doing here, I'm bullshitting to you guys. Straight up. I'm using my voice to have a conversation on stuff I want to talk about. And what's cool about me, I know a lot of people want to be like these hard closers and trickery words and use like movements. If they move their hand left, I move my hand left and all this bullshit. But the truth is, I suck at selling, but I'm fucking really good at listening. Not listening to what you're saying, but listening to what you're really trying to say. This is something I've evolved over the years by bullshitting on the phone my whole life as a business guy. See, a lot of people say stuff. Very few people actually know what the fuck they're saying most of the time. They're just regurgitating information. They're just asking questions they think they should ask because they don't know what else to ask and they're trying to be too smart. See, let me share some secrets with you about my bullshitting millions. Number one, I'm not there to talk to sell you. I genuinely could give two fucks if you spend money with me ever. Straight up. I want you to, but that's not why I'm there. I'm there because I want to genuinely learn where you're at, where you're going, and what challenges you're having. Because I want to take my 25, 26 years of business insight and connections and relationships, and I want to hear where you're at, where you're going, and your challenges, because I want to solve your problem and help you get to the goal of where you want to go quicker. And by doing that, it forces me to ask questions. And when I ask questions, I'm taking note of what you're answering. And I'm going to ask more questions. I'm not in an ask hole, by the way. I'm asking because I genuinely want to fucking know what your real problem is, what you're really trying to solve, so we can help find a solution. See, the thing is, most people are so busy bullshitting about bullshit. So that's why when I created this conversation with you, I was talking with my buddy Jeremy, and I was like, dude, like, I make millions of dollars a month bullshitting on the phone. A month. But what I'm bullshitting about isn't about bullshit, meaning I'm not talking to people about what the fuck they did in high school. I don't care. I don't care if your mom and dad were mean to you. I don't care if you scored the winning touchdown. I don't care if you banged the cheerleader. No one gives a fuck. What I care about, and the people I'm bullshitting with, is where we're at today, where we're going in the future, and how we're going to get there. I'm not sitting at the bar pounding beers with someone talking about dick, talking about nothing. That's kind of dick I'm talking about, by the way. Talking about nothing. That's what that means to me, FYI. But talking about the weather, I don't care. Talking about, like, listen, the weather. Who gives a fuck? The meteorologist doesn't even know what the fuck's going on with the weather. Why are we talking about it? I'm going to go outside. It's nice. That's what I'm going to do. Period. Most of you are trying to one-up the problems. Dude, I didn't get a raise this year. Oh, you think that's bad? Man, I didn't get a raise for the last 2 years. Now everyone's talking about vax and this shit and COVID and blah, 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 blah. I want to talk about shit we can solve. I want to talk about stuff that we can progress. I want to talk about solutions. And if you boil it down, why I'm able to make millions of dollars bullshitting on the phone is because I'm solving problems. You don't make millions of dollars on the phone not solving problems. You don't make millions of dollars on the phone bullshitting about your high school winning touchdown or your grades that you didn't get or whatever stuff people talk about. I remember January of 2006, I was in South Beach, Florida, right there on Collins Ave, right there on the end of Lincoln and Collins, at the Deco Plage. That's where my condo was. For 6 months I was there. But I'd grab my handy-dandy flip phone with my yellow notepad, true story, and pen, that worked. And I'd go sit on the beach or sit by the pool all fucking day and make tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars from that flip phone and piece of paper. And this could be a mixture of talking to sellers, talking to buyers, talking to investors, talking to partners, talking to vendors, talking to contractors, talking to, people that want to join, like have me help them coach them, etc. I'm solving problems on the phone. And my problems back then, this is 2006, all my business was mostly in Ohio. So I'm sitting in South Beach, Florida, sweating my ass off, getting a badass tan. Should have used more sunscreen probably. Talking to people in Ohio, complaining about the weather in January, how cold it was. See, when I realized that I don't have to be local and I could utilize the phone to generate massive amounts of wealth, my life changed drastically. And as you know or may not know, me and my wife traveled the world for 7 years. From December 31st, 2005, we traveled around the country and world for 7 years. Not because I'm fucking smarter than you. It's because I realized that the phone has a lot of power and I was going to utilize it. And I still do today. Yesterday, I had 4 hours of calls on the phone with different people, a lot of different people. Generated over mid six figures in our companies in less than 4 hours. I did a video recently. It got leaked from the event I did recently. And I'm talking about, like, guys, it's so easy to make 6 figures a month. Now, depending what circles you're hanging out in or what you are doing or not doing, you might think that's a fucking pretty crazy statement. Well, I'm telling you right now, how to do it is by utilizing the phone and listening to people, solving people's problems, getting in the middle of the solution. See, there's a 99.9% of the world, it seems like, all they talk about is fucking problems. You'll be the unicorn if you talk about solutions. People don't have real people telling them how to solve a problem. Most of the time, they just want to tell them how much bigger their problem is than the problem you just told them you had. If I'm talking to you, like, for example, I just talked to two guys yesterday. I was on the phone with them. I'm already sold on the product. And unfortunately, they didn't shut the fuck up. They're telling me about all this stuff and feature. Dude, I'm already sold. And I said that multiple times and they kept talking as if they're trying to sell me. If you're truly trying to listen, if you're a great listener, most of the time, just shut the fuck up and let people talk. So this guy continues to talk, and I already know how to solve the problem. See, the thing is he's complex. Therefore, what he's offering his clients is complex. But the thing is it's not a complex thing. It's a very simple thing. And what I found out is a lot of smart people, and they are smart guys, by the way, way smarter, way intellectually smarter than I'll ever be in my left nut, let alone, right? They literally overcomplicate everything to feel significant inside of the process. They think it's a badge of honor when you got to call the owner to solve the problem. You know the owner, the one that always is fucking laughing because he's like, ha, 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 putting out fires today. Yeah, motherfucker, because you're the arsonist. You are the arsonist to the fires. You're the one creating them. So the team has to call you to solve that simple problem that you're constantly creating. But as they conversated for 20 minutes and kept talking, I solved their problem. And the problem will make us 7 figures. The solution, I should say. Their problem with my solution will generate 7 figures in the next 12 months. To me, personally. For a 20-minute bullshitting conversation. See, the thing is, when you seek solutions, there's money to be made. When you talk about problems, where's the opportunity? Where's the, solve problems? When I'm on the phone bullshitting, again, when I say bullshitting, what are we bullshitting about? I don't call my buddies just to shoot the shit. Hey, man, what's going on? Hey, you hear about Steve? Yeah, from high school, in 8th grade. Yeah, he's banging the teacher, man. You remember that teacher? Oh, my God, yeah. I don't do that. My buddies don't do that. Our conversations are more like, dude, I just hired 3 new people. I have no fucking clue how to take care of them. Things are growing so fast. I need help with accounting. Accounting's going out. We got so much money coming in and out. Blah, 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 blah. I need help. Cool, man. Hey, do you know Katie? They're a great CPA accountant company I've used to come in and clean up a mess, and then they'll hand off the SOP to an internal person or stay on as a third-party company and help you grow your company. Have you ever heard of them? No. Cool, I'll shoot you a text. Anyways, your other problem is hiring and team management. Have you ever heard of blah, 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 blah? Nope. Excellent. Let me hook you up with Steve. I'll hook you up. I'll shoot you guys a text or email. Which is better? And every time I do that, 1, I'm helping my buddy, and 2, I'm fucking getting paid. And 3, I'm taking another relationship to another level because I'm their marketing channel. And by the way, don't go out and bullshit and hand off people that are scam artists and all that stuff just to make a couple bucks or fast bucks. I'm talking about real solutions to help people grow massively. If you come to me and say, Mark, I want to write a book, I'm going to introduce you to my boy, Mike. And Mike's going to you're going to make a great investment in your book. And I'm going to get fucking paid on that. Could be a 1-minute text, a 3-minute conversation, or whatever. It doesn't matter. See, the thing is I've made more money by not working than most people will ever make working. Again, not because I'm smarter than you. It's just because I figured out that most people are focused on dude, how long does that take? It doesn't matter. How big is the problem to solve? If you have the cure to cancer on one piece of paper, how much is that worth to you if you have cancer? I don't need 3,000 studies and 3,000 pieces of paper to make it worth more. The truth is, I'm willing to pay you more to fucking shrink it down for me. I want 1 sentence, not 1 page. And that's the beautiful thing I get to do every day in my life. I get to condense time to solve a problem and make a lot of money doing it, have a lot of fun doing it with a lot of fucking amazing people. I don't care if you're selling roofs. I don't care if you're selling dildos. I don't care if you're selling concrete. I don't care if you're selling underwear. I don't care if you're selling candles. I don't care if you're selling knives, guns. None of this matters. If you can get on the phone and solve people's problem and streamline a solution, either through a connection or through your company or whatever, Why do you think I'm involved in so many companies? I love the solution so much, I want to invest in it financially and my time. One or the other or both. My data company solves a massive problem for investors. I invested millions of dollars over the years in data. And now we have an amazing company selling data specific to a target market that I know we can help make their business better, make them more money, and financially succeed at a higher level. I'm very proud of that. All from bullshitting on the phone for all these years. I want you to take some time today, this week, this month, this year, and start thinking about how to streamline your life to get on the phone and make a lot of money. Making money from anywhere in the world from the phone is one of the most empowering things in the world. I can make money if I have cell phone reception. Period. Now, I'm not saying it could create a business if it's just you doing all that. It's just going to be a very high-paying job. Fun one, by the way, most of the time. But I have built businesses that generate many millions of dollars via phone. In real estate investing, I was the first guy that I've ever met that has sold tens of millions of dollars of real estate assets in Ohio and other states and beyond from the phone. And everyone told me there's no fucking way someone's going to send you $500,000 without ever going to the property or meeting you in person. And I said, challenge accepted. See, I'm the fucking buyer. Me. In 2005, I was buying real estate every single day from afar. So being from afar, from the phone, sitting on a beautiful white sandy beach with topless chicks everywhere, and my wife hanging out side by side with me. I'm not out there being a pervert. But it's just a beautiful area. And or do I want to take my ass up to Ohio and walk through flea-infested, cat shit-infested houses and lying to myself saying, oh, smell that. It smells like money. No, it doesn't. It smells like cat shit. And now I got to go change and take a shower because I got fleas up my ass everywhere. I said, dude, I am you. Like, you can't tell me people won't do it because I do it. If I'm solving my problem, there might be someone else out in this planet Earth that doesn't give two shits about what the house looks like. They just care what it can produce. Truth is, most people could show up to the house and not even know what the fuck they're looking at. I say foundation, they look at the roof. I say roof, they look at the foundation. I say hot water tank, they go look at the furnace. And they wasted my time, your time, and everyone else's time. See, the beautiful thing about the phone, you could be sitting on the shitter. You could be sitting in your house office. You could be sitting outside by the beach. You could be anywhere in the world with cell phone reception, solving your problem and solving other people's problem. We live in different times. And this is how I'm able to generate millions of dollars bullshitting on the phone. And you can too. Why do I have to meet you in person? Well, Mark, it's not a big deal. It's only 45 minutes down the road. The fuck it's not. It's 45 minutes each way. You're assuming they show up on time. You're assuming you don't get a flat. You're assuming you don't get picked up. You're assuming it's not raining. You're assuming you don't have anything else going on for the rest of the day. I'd rather sit my fat ass here on the couch and make a 3-minute phone call and do the same exact result. I don't care about the process. I'm talking about the result. Solve the fucking problem in a result 3-minute process and go about my day. Why I hang out with my kids. Why I do whatever I want. Whatever I want. I want you to take a good look at your business. And I'm not saying, listen, if you have a brick and mortar company and you absolutely love going in there, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I just want to challenge you, though. One, if you own a business, it doesn't mean you have to show up every fucking day into the office. And if you do, you don't have a real, I got to be kind of careful of this because depending on the situation and the size and the trajectory and how long you've been doing it. Because there's people like, dude, I own a business. Well, if you can't leave for a month and this bitch shuts down when you're gone, you don't have a business. You have a high-paying job. It's straight facts. It's not emotional. It's the truth. That's why people come to me, because they know they have a high-paying job. I got guys that pay $50,000 a year that make millions of dollars a year that can't fucking take 1 minute off, let alone 1 week off. Not because they're dumb. It's because they've created such a monster situation in their life, they don't have time to even think how to unwind certain pieces. So they need an outside, non-emotional attachment process to help them get to the next level. You're not coming to me just to make more money, even though that happens every single time. You're truthfully coming to me to gain financial and time freedom. Time freedom. This is the truth. In the last 2 weeks, I kind of done nothing. I've made a couple phone calls here and there. I've been sick. Me, my wife, kids, we've been kind of sick. Not a whole lot of energy. And instead of stressing, like the old Mark used to do, I said, listen, I'm not going to do dick. I'm going to sit in my theater room, eat what I want, watch what I want, do what I want. And most of the time I didn't eat. And I wasn't watching TV because I was literally very little energy, kind of like just dozing on and off. But I kept thinking, how blessed, how thankful I am that I'm not that smart. But I'm sitting in there. The companies are generating millions of dollars in those 2 weeks. Millions. Maybe yours is hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands, whatever the number is. But I can sit there and know that I've built my companies to create a lifestyle first. I'm not saying I didn't bust my ass on these. Some of them I did, some of them I didn't. But I'm getting smarter every day. Every single day I'm getting smarter of what I know I'm not good at. What I need to hire first. What I need to hand off. The who, not the how. I don't need to know how to do all these pieces anymore. I just need to know who to go to. Back to that resourcefulness. See, the thing is, the two guys, I was sharing a story earlier. I was talking to those two guys yesterday for 20 minutes. They are smart. For real. Very smart guys. And they got some real cool shit going on. But the problem is they have no life. Like I said, everything's complex because they're so smart. They create complexity around things that it's hard for the people to like envision. The simpler you can share your vision, the easier it is to get people on board. This is a hint. Most of the time, people talk too much. Not most, pretty much all the time. People oversell and talk too much. Say less, accomplish more. But the secret inside of that is, what are you saying? More importantly, what are you gaining from the statement or the question? Like I said, I like to ask questions. Real questions. Not fucking surface level, basic questions about, hey man, how's your business? Oh, it's good. Well, why the fuck are we talking if it's good? Well, actually, it's kind of good, but it could be better. Okay, now we're going somewhere, but what could be better? Well, man, it's, I'm showing up, we're working 16 hours a day, blah, blah, blah. So do you have a business or do you have a job? See, I'm being for real. This is conversations I have every day, FYI. Most of you think you have a business. Until you come to realization that most of you have a high-paying job. I'm not knocking it. I was the same person for 10 years. But no one had the balls, like I'm telling you, to fucking say, hey, dude, you don't have a business. You have a fucking job, FYI. Because what they wanted to do is keep selling me their bullshit products to keep me in the cycle. I didn't have time to question it because I was so busy. Therefore, I just bought it to solve that problem, I thought. But it just kept getting me deeper into the problem. Some people's model is that bullshit. I don't do that game. But when I realized I had a high-paying job and not a business, first of all, I felt like I got kicked in the nuts, punched in the throat. I was sad because I'm like, well, fuck. fuck, everywhere I go, I tell people I'm a business owner. Everyone does this, by the way. Oh, I'm a business owner. What's your team look like? I'm a one-man show. How the fuck are you a business owner? What's your marketing plan look like? Oh, I don't have a marketing plan. Huh? You're a business owner? What's your accounting department? What's your SOPs look like? What's your software systems look like? You're not a business owner if you have to do all the work. You're a business owner in the making, possibly. But when I'm having conversations, I really want to know what your real problem is. What's the goal of the call? See, most people just show up to fucking shoot the shit. I'm there to solve the problem. And if you want to make a shit ton of money, solve problems. I don't care if you own a router company. Someone's calling you. They have a problem. Their shitter's backed up. I don't need to tell them how I'm going to solve the problem. I'm going to tell them I'm going to be there in 32 minutes or less, and I'm going to solve the fucking problem. Does that work for you? Yes or no? See, the thing is, oftentimes you're going to ask someone a question like, hey, what time is it? And then they're going to try to build the fucking clock. I just want the goddamn time. See, very few people's been taught how to conversate because they've modeled after their mom, their dad, their grandmas, their cousins, their friends, talking about nothing. I'm talking for real with you, by the way. Next week's show will be about this specifically. Listen, if you're at a family party or family reunion or hanging out with your buddies and you're fucking annoyed, you're not abnormal. They're abnormal. I can't do it. I literally got to prepare to hang out. And I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'm just being honest. I don't want to talk about nothing. I want to talk about growth. I want to talk about goals. I want to talk about dreams. I want to talk about the fucking jet we're going to buy. I want to talk about where we're going to travel in the next 10 years. I want to talk about our kids, how smart they're getting and where they're going and how they're going to get there and what. Like, I want to talk about shit that's progressive. And as we do this, and you get on this phone and start bullshitting, and again, when I say bullshitting, I want you to understand, solve problems. You're going to make a lot of money. It's going to be more enjoyable. You're going to touch more people's lives. Think about how much time you gain back. Think about this. How much time have you gained back? So I want you to start thinking about how you can start utilizing the phone and or meeting a person bullshitting, by the way. By the way, when I say I make a lot of money bullshitting, it's in environments that are conducive to opportunity. I'm not going to a family reunion and they're talking about like, man, I got a goal and a dream. Yo, man, I can't wait. I made $186,000 this week. Most people saying that, like, dude, you're showing off, man. That's bullshit. You say that in our circles, we're like, dude, 186, that's awesome. Did you make it? What's the team look like? How did it get structured? What's the goal for next week? One of our companies just popped off 400 this week. Here's how it went down. And it's not the like dick measuring contest, dude. This is what we do. This is what we talk about. No one ever told me this shit. I always thought this was an elusive thing, like I was a psycho, a weirdo, because this is the stuff I want to talk about and hang out with people that talk about this stuff. I want to talk about tax strategies. I want to talk about, how much money you're making and how you're making it and what the goals are and what your problems are and what my problems are and how we solve these problems together. How we can make an impact in the world through a podcast show, through a book, through an email, through social media, etc. So when I say making millions bullshitting on the phone, it also means in person. When I go to a networking event or a mastermind group, the opportunities are endless if you're trying to make money and you're showing up to solve problems. By the way, I show up with problems to get solved too, and I'm willing to pay for solutions. And if you're some cheap broke ass showing up or some cheap ass period, showing up to mastermind thinking it should be free. If it works so good, it should be free. First off, unfollow me, unsubscribe. I have nothing for you. I want to solve my problem fast, and I'm willing to pay to solve the fucking problem quickly. I don't have a money problem. I have a time problem. Back in the day, it used to be way different because I didn't understand what I'm sharing with you. I was taught, and I talked about this in Magician vs. Mule, talked about this in the book Me Economy. I was taught that everything's about money. Dude, I can go down the street and get gas for 12 cents cheaper. Yeah, but the line's fucking 20 hours long. Are you telling me your time is not worth $1.80? That's how I was trained my whole life. By my parents, the people I love the most. So I had to deprogram. I had to go into hard thought auditing and ask myself, can I really make money bullshitting on the phone? Can I get you, Mr. Seller, to sell me your $500,000 asset via phone without seeing me, without ever meeting me in person, without ever any visual connection? And you could sell me your property and trust that that shit's going to go down in a professional way. Tens and hundreds of millions of dollars of transactions in my real estate company have went down, and everyone told me it would never happen. I was doing it before DocuSign was even a blink in their eye. I was doing it before mobile notaries even knew what that was. I'm not saying I'm special. It's just when people tell you can't do something, there's probably a reason. They're right on their side, but I can do it. You can do it. You just have to figure out how to do it. How do you do that? You ask the question and you start thought auditing on how to get to the path, i.e. solve the problem. My problem is I'm on South Beach. I sure in the hell ain't going back up to Ohio to close a deal to make 25 grand. Most of you would jump on the fucking plane 18 times to go make 25 grand. When I said, no, I'm not going to do it, there's got to be a better way, I start thinking about how to solve the problem to the end user on the phone. I ask questions and solve problems. What's cool about it, 99% of the time now where I'm at in my life, when I say solve the problem, it's not me solving the problem necessarily doing the work to solve the problem. It's me having the conversation and connecting them with the problem solver. Because I've worked so hard on forging longevity relationships, because I'm not a one-night stand investor. I'm not a one-night stand business owner. I'm not trying to figure out how to fucking get rich off of one deal. I'm trying to figure out how to get wealthy off of all the deals. I'm in this game forever. This is my life. This is my legacy. So when I'm selling something, i.e. solving the problem, I'm looking at this, not how do I make more money off this individual invoice number 28546 person. I don't give a fuck about the person. Tell me how much we made. I want to know the person. I want to know what you're really going through so I can help you. I'm not just asking you a question to be an asshole. I'm asking you a question to get deep into the problem so we can actually solve it and give you a better life. You'd be absolutely fucking insane not to invest $50,000 in the DM family. For real, that's how I feel. Because I know what we put into it. We got guys in there that are making millions of dollars a month. And they started out making 500 grand a year. Got a guy just made $248,000 on one extra stream of income that he's never even thought it was a thing until we talked about it to solve one of his problems. He just made $70,000 yesterday in 1 hour. Actually, that's a lie. 59 minutes. True story. On the phone. I'm telling you right now. By the way, he's hanging out at his house on the lake, running multiple multi-million-dollar businesses from the phone now. He's got back his time. He's got back his joy. He's got back his love of what he was doing all this shit for anyways. And that's to build a better financial wealth, to give him time freedom, to do whatever the fuck he wants. And for him, it's to hang out with his dogs, his wife, and kiddo, and on the lake. I want you to know that you need to get involved in a mastermind. I'm going to take the DM family to hundreds of thousands of dollars a year per client. Why? Because it's fucking worth it. That's why. But we're at $50,000 a person right now. It's very limited. I keep it small and intimate. Why? Because I talk to you guys often. If this is something that tickles your fancy, sound like an old man now. If this is something that gets you excited and something you're interested in, more importantly, you have the means. Number two, you're not a dick, you should private message me on social media, on Instagram, at Mark Evans DM. Say, Evans, I want to talk to you about the DM family. I'm ready. It's scary. Let me share a story with you about it. My boy Ken, great guy. I've known him for 3.5, 4 years. We've done a lot of deals together, made a lot of money, whatever. I told him, I was like, yo, you need to be in the DM family. He's making good money, 7 figures a year. He's like, dude, man, I just don't know, blah, 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 but I know you, so I know you wouldn't mislead me, X, Y, Z. I'm like, trust me. You send that fucking wire, it's 50 grand in full. When you send that wire, I want you to audit for the next 72 hours what happens in your life. I want you to pay attention to how you think, what you think about, and more importantly, what shows up in your bank account. And I'll tell you right now, 72 hours goes by, guess what the message comes to me? Evans, why the fuck didn't you tell me to get in this 3 years ago? Because you weren't ready. See, just because you have the money doesn't mean you're ready for the next step. Ken's a great guy, but he's stuck in his own world. He's the king of the dipshits. I'm not talking shit about him. This is the truth. King of the dipshits, probably like you. Probably like I was. I was the king of the dipshits for 10 years in a small fish tank thinking I was the big dog. We're all fucking minnows. When I stepped my game up and stopped being a dick and stopped acting like I was a big king ding-a-ling and had this massive ego, like I said, I just started listening. Ken was listening. I was paying attention. I was looking for when the time is right for him, not me. I don't give a fuck about that 50 grand FYI. I want it. I don't need it. And why do I want it? I want it because I know when you exchange it to me, the results are going to fucking come right behind it. And sure enough, this kid's off grid now for 4 weeks. He's making more money in a week than he was making in months. All he did different was invest in himself to get in the room with the right guys. Everything else he's been doing. The reason the truth, real masterminds work, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, because you're fucking worth it. You think you're paying Mark Evans DM 50 grand. That might be where the exchange comes to. The truth is you're investing 50,000 in you because you're fucking worth it. And when you feel like you're worth $50,000, your fucking confidence changes a lot. Your knowledge, you're starting to pay attention a little bit different. Your alertness is a little bit higher. You hear conversations like you got fucking mouse ears from 3 stores away. You can hear someone talking about what industry you're in, and you can go solve their problem and make more money. And number 2, biggest one is you're worth it. But the number 2 thing is, when you're in a room with guys like us, they're talking about the shit I'm talking about right here at a way deeper level, your world is flipped upside down. You've realized you've been working way too hard for so little. You've realized that you haven't been taught and led the right way, not because they're doing it to hurt you, but because they did. That's all you guys knew. That's all you've been talking about. You're sitting here wondering what the fuck is going on and why it's so goddamn hard and why you can't get a break and this and that. It's not because it doesn't exist. It's because you keep working on the same problems, trying to say with solving the same problem with the same people that can't even solve the fucking problem. Most people are working on the wrong problem. Most people aren't looking at the root cause. They're looking at the top of the tree, not the fucking roots of the tree. You're bottlenecking your business. You're bottlenecking your marketing. You're bottlenecking accounting. You're bottlenecking growth. You are the direct correlation of business growth or business demise. You are. If you have shitty employees, you're shitty at managing employees. It's easy to hire. Very hard to manage. Way different. Not even hard, just different. I suck at managing day-to-day people. I'm really good at finding great people that get it. But when it comes to day-to-day management, I have to hire great people to help them where that's their skill set, where they love managing day-to-day stuff. I used to think I could do all this shit. I can't. Nor can you. If you can't tell, I'm passionate about this shit because I genuinely know that someone's listening to my voice right now. Lots of people. And they're on the brinks of a whole nother life. If I didn't get my ass up December 31st, 05, I would not be talking to you here today probably. I don't even know where I would be. See, October 8th, when my grandmother passed away, that was just shift in my mind like, shit. There's more to life than just working 16 hours a day. I don't have a business. I have a job. One of my most devastating days of my life at that moment became one of the biggest blessings in my life because I realized it. See, a lot of you have blessings happening right in front of you and you don't even know it's a fucking blessing because everyone around you is supporting your bullshit. They're enhancing your bad behaviors. They're telling you good job when you know damn well you fucking are not doing a good job. They're encouraging bad behaviors. And my biggest fear, I swear on my life, my biggest fear and why I always want to be better, I have 2 children, my kids watching me every fucking day, and I want them to be better than me. I want to give them a better platform and a better knowledge base than what I was given. Not that my parents and grandparents didn't do an amazing job with what they had, but I know there's more. I know there's better. I know there's different. And I want to explore these through masterminds. I want to explore them through implementation. Not reading and just thinking about it, but actually fucking implementing this stuff and messing up, falling flat on my face, and or growing and expanding. And getting outside my comfort zone, but getting around people and borrowing their belief. Mark, dude, you have 4 people on your team. You need to be 8. You can do it. I know it's scary. It's an extra $160,000 a year in salaries. It's an extra $250,000 a year in bonuses. But your business is going to 10x. Trust me, I've been right where you're at. I'm here to support you if you need it. But it's your time now. When you're in a room like the DM family, that shit will motivate you. It will inspire you. And we're going to peer pressure the fuck out of you until you get results. See, everyone thinks peer pressure is bad. I think peer pressure is good. The right peer pressure. You're not going to roll into the DM family and ask the same fucking question you asked 3 months ago today. Why? Because everyone's going to say, dude, what the fuck? We just talked about that 3 months ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 days ago, and you still haven't implemented it. Step your shit up. It's not like in high school when you're being peer pressured. Dude, try this joint, man. It's going to make you feel good. Try it. We're talking peer pressure in a positive. I want you to be fucking sick to your stomach to show up. I want you to be embarrassed because you didn't do the fucking work. Not for me, but for you. See, I do know most people are willing to let themselves down way before they'll let someone else they care about down. Especially in a social environment where there's 35, 36 guys sitting in a room saying, yo, what'd you do? Did you do it? And listen, everyone's on different time schedules. We have one guy, great guy, but he's fucking slow to implement. And I bust his chops all the time. But he's that deep thinker, very smart guy. And every time, I've never, ever had him tell me, I should have took longer to do this, Mark. He always, once he fucking does what we've shared with him, that we know that works because we're all doing it, he literally comes, he's like, dude, what was I thinking? Why didn't I implement that immediately? And it's like some people just like to go through hell for whatever reason. I don't. I like to solve the problem and move on with life. Folks, we can't get our time back. See, when you go in mental hell because you're trying to solve a problem, by the way, most people are trying to solve addition problems. I want to solve multiplication problems. I want to solve big problems, not little problems. Lots of people solve little problems. That's easy. The big problems, but again, you have to solve a lot of little problems to ultimately learn how to get the confidence to do the big ones. So I'm not saying don't solve problems. I'm just saying So many times, 20 years later, people solving the same fucking problem in their company, i.e. company, I say it very loosely, in their business, that they've been trying to solve the fucking real problem. If it's still a problem 20 years later, you are the real problem. You have to solve this. You have to address it and knock this shit out today. Folks, this is how I make millions of dollars bullshitting on the phone. You could come at me with any... By the way, if I don't know someone that can help you, I'll tell you that. If I can't help you, I will tell you that. But I have 25 plus years in the game of relationship capital galore, of people that I've vetted, people I've used, people my partners use, people my buddies have used, lots of people I know have used. And for $50,000 a year, someone could come and one big problem could be worth many millions of dollars. Many millions of dollars if we're just talking an ROI standpoint. But the biggest thing I'm telling you, people gain from something like the DM family, time freedom. Get your time back. Start working on your health. I challenge your thoughts. Today I shared with the group my 14 different investments I'm in right now. See, I've always thought dude, your mentor's making all this money. Cool. Where the fuck are they putting it? How are they getting their money to grow for them? And what I've realized, a lot of people are good at making money. Very few people are good at preserving it and growing it and keeping it. Two different activities, massive different activities. So in the DM family, we're constantly sharing about how to make a lot of cash, how to build real businesses, how to take your cash and your wealth and grow it. It's not go get rich and go buy a fucking Ferrari and enjoy life. That's it. It's over. Listen, go buy the Ferrari, but also we need to be conscious of where you're at. You're 36 years old. You're going to be worth so much more at 40, 45, 50, 60, 100, etc. Plus you're building a legacy. Plus you're giving a lot to charity. Plus you're doing it. Let's grow this. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring on an advisor. I'm going to bring on my fiduciary to share with you what we're doing. I'm going to bring on my merger and acquisitions attorney to talk about how we're bundling up businesses to sell for fucking massive profits or what, stuff like that. That's the conversations you need to be having. You don't have to take every conversation and implement immediately. One, you have to know that world or conversation even exists. And once you do, you are the guy or gal that's going out to connect these dots. I'm a professional dot connector. Truthfully, that's what I really am. Mark, I need more data from my real estate company. Cool. I'll link you to Peter. Anything else? Problem solved. By the way, Peter knows how to do that. I don't. I know Peter does. Problem solved. Mark, I need some funding on a deal. Cool. How much? What kind of deal? Yep. Hook you up with Chris. He'll take care of you. Done. What's the next problem? See, I used to act like I knew how to do everything. Even if I fucking know how to do it, I ain't doing it. Typically. Why? Because I don't want to bottleneck me or you. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I could literally be talking to you on the phone. You've had this problem for 8 years. I could text one person or two people, whatever that situation needs, and solve your problem you've been trying to solve for 8 years in 30 seconds. That's the power of investing in yourself with the right people. I just wanted to give you contrast of where I'm coming from in the life I'm in today. I wish what I'm sharing with you, I knew at 18 years old. I wish I knew it at 10 years old. I know I'm getting long-winded here, but I hope you're getting the point that bullshitting on the phone or in person can make you a lot of money, many millions of dollars. It all really comes down to, like I said earlier, what we're bullshitting about, solving people's problems and helping people. And that's the whole reason I'm here on this podcast show, The Making of a DM, is to connect with you, not to bullshit with you, because it's not about bullshitting. It's about connecting for me to help you get to the next level. It's one of the greatest gifts I get to see people come in at $200,000 a year and start generating millions of dollars a year and gain their time back, etc. So I don't want to beat a dead horse here, But start investing in yourself if you're not already doing so. Get around better people. Never stop investing in yourself, by the way. If you're in my group, the DM family, or other groups, look where you can enhance and grow and buy more time for yourself by investing in yourself. That's how it works, folks. So again, appreciate you being here. I hope this show was a big help. And if you see me on the phone, know that I'm not talking to the weatherman. Know that I'm not just BSing the BS. We're talking about something that we're going to grow, expand, and help people accomplish their goals by simply solving problems and connecting the dots. So with that said, have an amazing day. If you need anything, let me know. I'd love to talk to you about the DM family. If it's something that, like I said, excites you or you're interested in, hit me a message, shoot me over at Instagram at Mark Evans DM. Connect with me. Just let me know what it's about. Hey, Mark, I'm in about the DM family. Let's connect. I'll ping you. We'll connect. We'll talk. If it works, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I want to keep connecting with you every single day, week, month. That's why I'm sharing the insights here that I do on the show and on social. So appreciate you being here. Again, have an amazing day, and make sure to check out next week's show because I got something pretty powerful to share with you. Hope you have an absolute stunner day. Now get on the phone and go make those millions. Talk to you soon. Peace.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. But they should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose, so I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans here. Deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.